In 1966, Marvel Comics published a 2.5-issue Fantastic Four arc that introduced the world to King T'Challa of Wakanda, or, as he is better known, Black Panther. Black Panther was arguably the first black superhero, although arguments can be made that other characters like Ralph Jackson, Jackie Johnson, Gabe Jones, Whitewash Jones, or Lion Man are more deserving of that title. The first three all appeared before Black Panther, but in war comics, and I wouldn't consider them to be superheroes. Lion Man is a character pertinent to this video, whom I'll discuss later. As for Whitewash Jones, no. Just no, I'm not talking about him. Black Panther was created after artist Jack Kirby, or maybe Stan Lee depending on who you ask, realized that there weren't any black superheroes in Marvel Comics. To quote Kirby, "I came up with Black Panther because I realized I had no blacks in my strip. I'd never drawn a black. I needed a black. I suddenly discovered that I had a lot of black readers. My first friend was black, and here I was ignoring them because I was associating with everybody else. It suddenly dawned on me, believe me, it was for human reasons. I suddenly discovered nobody was doing blacks." I'm going to give Kirby a pass on phrasing things in a kind of racist way because, he was born in 1917 and was, although far from perfect, a genuinely progressive artist throughout his life, especially in times when other comic book writers and artists weren't. Fantastic Four number 52 begins with the Fantastic Four minus Johnny flying around in a hovercar sent as a gift from an African chieftain called the Black Panther. The Thing is shocked by this, saying, "How does some refugee from a Tarzan movie lay his hands on this kind of gizmo? Wow, Ben, that's really racist!" The trio meet with a representative from Wakanda, who invites them to come for a hunt. That isn't ominous at all. Reed, wanting a vacation, says yes. The representative takes a handheld transmittal out of his toga and calls back to Wakanda, which is apparently an island in the middle of wherever the hell that is. Like, seriously, is that supposed to be Africa? And why is the moon orange? Side note, I love the 1960s technology in this comic. Like, the representative's radio is supposed to be this advanced super communication device, and Reed is shocked that it is so small, but like every modern cell phone is smaller and more advanced. And you don't need to put on a weird headset thing to use them. Later in the story, it is shown that Black Panther is a genius scientist because he owns an electric computer! The story cuts to Wakanda, a small tribal nation in the middle of Africa. Wakanda is introduced as a nation of half-naked men in loincloths, holding spears, banging on animal skin drums, standing outside wooden huts with straw roofs, led by a mysterious chief who dresses up like a cat while he goes hunting. Wakanda, as it first appears, is admittedly kinda racist. It is steeped in the racist stereotypes of Africans that plagued comics of this era. But, in Kirby and Lee's defense, they do at least attempt to subvert these racist ideas. When the Fantastic Four arrive in Wakanda, they are shocked to find that hidden beneath the jungle is a high-tech city of metal and wires, shown with the same exquisite detail Kirby used for advanced alien civilizations. Black Panther reveals that he actually intends to hunt the Fantastic Four and quickly defeats all four members of the team. He wins through his martial ability, enhanced senses, and most notably, his brilliant scientific mind. Paired with men in loincloths beating on high drums are panels of Wakandan soldiers wielding sci-fi magnet guns. The Fantastic Four is saved by Johnny's friend Wyatt, who they brought along because reasons, causing Black Panther to surrender. In the next issue, Black Panther explains his backstory. Wakanda was once a stereotypical African tribe ruled by T'Challa's father, T'Chaka. A Belgian supervillain named Ulysses Claw came to Wakanda to steal their cache of vibranium, a super metal that does whatever the writers want it to do. Claw killed T'Chaka but fled after a young T'Challa shot his hand off. Headcanon, T'Challa could have shot Claw in the heart and killed him, but he deliberately aimed for his hand because he knew it would be funny if Claw got a robot hand, because, his name is Claw. After his father's death, T'Challa trained to become the superhero Black Panther. He also became a genius scientist, transforming Wakanda into a high-tech superpower. Black Panther explains he fought the Fantastic Four to see if he was strong enough to defeat Klaw, which is admittedly a bit contrived. What's even more contrived is the fact that Klaw shows up again, right as T'Challa decides he's ready for another fight. Anyway, the Fantastic Four fight off Klaw's sound monster things, while Black Panther defeats the villain by sabotaging his technology, again winning through his intelligence. Issue 55 acts as an epilogue to the Black Panther arc. Although most of the issue is spent on Johnny saving the Inhumans, the opening pages of the story show Black Panther playing baseball with the team, saying that this will never replace lion hunting, and inviting the team to relax in his mansion. Mr. Fantastic states that it's hard to believe that a scene like this could be taking place in the heart of the jungle, which is kind of fucking racist. Wyatt does say that the talent of inventive genius is not limited to any one place, culture, or clime, though, which is, it's something. Black Panther, as he appears in those first few issues, is a flawed attempt at a black superhero. He is portrayed as an outlier in a version of Africa just as racist as those by earlier writers. But, in Kirby and Lee's defense, at least they were trying to make a progressive character. They may have used racist stereotypes, but at least they attempted to push back against them. Black Panther was an attempt at making a good character, and from the groundwork laid by that attempt, later writers were able to flesh out T'Challa and Wakanda, transforming them into far more than outdated stereotypes. Now that's what Marvel was doing in the 60s. At the same time, DC Comics also had an idea for an animal-themed superhero living in Africa. While Marvel decided to create the first black superhero, DC had a very different idea. DC Comics saw Black Panther and said, "Hey, that's cool, but what if he was white?"
Jambo, jambo bwana, habari gani, nzuri sana. Wageni mwakaribishwa Kenya yetu, hakuna matata.